What's good, y'all? Today we are reacting to Ren Eden. On my last live stream, we watched Ricochet, I believe his name was, explain the money game that Ren set up before the release of the Money Game 3 music video. And it was like every day there was one day for each of the seven sins, and every day there were clues released. This is just for anybody who doesn't know. There were clues released. There was crazy, like, in the source code of the website, there was like hidden messages and images and Instagram accounts made, and like it was just like this crazy like treasure hunt through the internet to find the answers to these codes. And every day someone won $1,000 if they solved the riddle. And at the end there was a final like treasure hunt in real life, and we watched the video of these two guys. I don't know if it was two guys or more, but they solved the GPS coordinates or whatever. Part of the riddle was an old band from like the 70s that ended up burning all like $1 million of cash that they had made from their music. So that was like a clue. When they finally got to the treasure, they found the pig man with a briefcase that had like $50,000 or $100,000 in it or something. And they had an option. They could take the money, or they could use the bottle of kerosene that was in the briefcase with the money and burn the money, and that would allow them to open a second briefcase with unknown contents. They did. One of the guys wanted to just take the money. The other one was like, "No, this is a test by Ren, dude. We have to do it. We like he showed us the video of them burning money. Like we have to burn it. This is what he wants us to do." So they decided to burn like $150,000. And when they opened the second briefcase after burning the money, it was full of seashells and a little black bag with an apple in it and a little note on the apple that said, "Bite me." And I don't know. That's all I know. And then what I know comes next is this Eden video was released from that. So they bit the apple. And I was thinking when he bit the apple, maybe there was going to be like a very rare, expensive diamond in it or something, man. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting into. I don't know if they're going to have regrets burning that money, or like what happens next. I ended my stream because I had to go, and I don't know what's going to happen. But we are going to check out Eden. So this video was released like, I guess, right when that guy bit into the apple. Ren is such an evil genius. So here, we're going to check out Eden. I've watched like the first minute of it on the live stream before I realized I had to go, but we're going to start from the scratch.
Let me tell you a story as old as time, the story of Adam and Eve. It starts with a God who wanted more. God had just created the heavens and the earth. He had the angels by his side, but they had no will of their own, and so the autonomy to love or reject him was never theirs. All but for one, the once called bringer of light, Lucifer, morning star. Lucifer was the fairest and most intelligent of all the angels. He was the closest thing to God's image, and in his likeliness, Lucifer felt restless. He began to question and doubt God. He doubted the hierarchy opposed upon him. He felt God was arrogant. In his frustration, Lucifer built a throne that stood even above God's and declared mutiny. A war ensued. God, being all-powerful, came out the victor and banished Lucifer from the heavens and exiled him to earth. Once again, God was alone with his power. Perhaps from loneliness, perhaps from curiosity, perhaps from a desire to share love, God began to work on his greatest project yet, a being that would mirror himself, the human, two humans specifically, Adam and Eve. They were placed inside a paradise built for them on earth, the Garden of Eden.
What in the evil Sunday school is going on here? I mean, So the guys opened the seashell briefcase, found an apple in it that said "bite me," so they bit the apple of knowledge, the forbidden apple. Where is this going, man? Oh my gosh.
In the garden, God placed a tree that bared fruit that would grant anyone who ate it powers bestowed only to a God to tell good from evil, left from right, to live righteously or to sin. He named this the tree of knowledge. God told Adam and Eve they could eat whatever they wanted in the garden, but never the fruit from the tree of knowledge. And if they disobeyed him, it would be punishable by death. The basic way the story of Eden is told.
Why would God do that, man? God, didn't you know what was gonna happen, man? Why you gotta do that?
Is that Eve was tempted by Lucifer in the form of a serpent to eat a fruit from the tree of knowledge. Convinced, she bit the fruit, she passed it to Adam, and he did the same. Suddenly,
Of course, typical sexist trope. The woman had to do it first. The woman's the one that effed it all up for us.
ultimate knowledge filled their minds, and they realized they were naked and felt shame. God discovered this betrayal and felt angry. He exiled Adam and Eve and cursed them with the life of a mortal. They would work, they would bear children, and they would die. The fate of a human. Now look deeper.
In the story, the serpent tempted me by telling me I would gain ultimate knowledge and that God would spare me.
Both were true.
This wasn't some great deception, meaning that Satan, in the likeliness of God, perhaps understood his intentions. In fact,
The only lie uttered in the
Garden of Eden was
by God, who did not end up
condemning
Adam and Eve to death.
death,
This could be seen as an act of
mercy, but the sheer fact that the tree existed and that humans
were initially cut off from this knowledge.
may imply some part of God was afraid that if humans were granted the gift of perception, they, like Lucifer, would have the power to reject him too. The fact that there stood a beautiful tree that could
grant this knowledge in the first place.
These voice changes are really throwing me off, man. Wow. This is giving me chills. What in the evil genius, dude? And all of this just to promote a music video? Ren is dude.
they,
My
like
God.
Lucifer, would have the power to reject him too. The fact that there stood a beautiful tree that could
Grant this knowledge in the first place.
implies that a small part of
God, supposedly all-knowing,
perhaps wanted and intended
the humans to bite too.
In the Bible, Satan was
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, obviously, why would you do that? Obviously, it's gonna happen, so he must have wanted it to happen. In the Bible, Satan was
an exiled angel of free will. Humans are exiled
descendants of Adam and Eve.
also with free will. Not only have we shared a similar fate to the devil, we were also both constructed in
We
the
were
image of
also
our
both
Creator,
constructed in the image of our Creator.
meaning our behaviors, in some shape or form, imperfectly echo His.
We could assume that this kind of
God has his doubts, but as the most
powerful
being in the universe,
he has no one above him
to turn to with questions, and no one to
Doubt but himself, an incredibly lonely and isolating existence.
We must only assume that the common thread between God, Lucifer, and us is the desire for more, an eternal curiosity, a desire perhaps birthed from a seed of loneliness. If not, why would we exist in the first place? The constantly looping bittersweet irony is whether gifted by some omnipotent God or simply a byproduct of billions of years of evolution, here we stand in 2000.
wait.
Irony is whether gifted by some omnipotent God or simply a byproduct of billions of years of evolution, here we stand in 2023 as creatures with free will, the only creatures that understand and define good from bad.
Do we have free will? I feel like that's kind of still up for debate. I always liked the joke. I think it was like Christopher Hitchens. It was like, do we have free will? Of course we have free will. We have no choice. Of course we have free will. We don't have a choice. We don't have a choice whether we have it or not. I don't know if that question's ever going to be asked. Because, like, as much as you think, I don't even know what I think about it. But the debate goes, like, as much as you think you have free will, there's always some thing in your past that, or some kind of like determinism that makes you choose a certain thing. I'm not explaining this well at all. But you know, like, everybody's a product, a victim of circumstance, and everybody's past can like influence their future, and even you can be influenced like subconsciously by things. Like, there are studies showing that like things you've seen throughout the day can influence decisions you make, and you don't even realize it. Just like in passing, if you see like an apple or something, and I chose apple because I saw apple in this video. It's like, how much free will do we truly have? That's a pretty big debate.
Creatures with the potential of a god.
But I guess, like, for all intents and purposes, we assume we do have it because it feels like we do. Whether it's true or not, what's important is that as a matter of, like, consciousness and perception, it feels as though we have it. So, I don't know.
Good.
It's a very interesting debate to me.
From bad. The only creature in 2023 as creatures with free will. The only creatures that understand and define good from bad. Creatures with the potential of a god. And what do we do with that free will, my friends? We willingly walk to the edge of a cliff. In the name of progress, we jump off the precipice. The empires we build ravage the earth. The natural order of things are necessary to survive. Any systems which do not honor homeostasis eventually perish. Our free will overrides our own biological instinct. We can take more than we eat. We can kill more than we need. We can willingly create weapons with the potential to burn everything we've built to the ground. We willingly decide to bow at the altar of greed, the most insidious and destructive of all sins. We put our faith in corporations who pose as rulers. We willingly allow
There's the Shell Corporation right there.
We put our faith in corporations who pose as rulers. We willingly allow ourselves to be led by outdated power systems ran by corrupted politicians and bloated dictators who claim domain and dominion over an open and free land. We willingly elect the corrupted when the decision was always ours to build something better. We willingly create and impose separation because of beliefs that we are force-fed through our phones and television sets. We always had the will to reject these things, but we adhere to them as though they were the laws of physics. War, famine, pestilence, greed, these aren't things imposed upon us by an all-powerful God or by his demonic adversary. They are here because of us, not because of free will, but because of our inability to use it. We must be motivated to be better, not out of fear of punishment of an eternal damnation, but because the choice exists, because we love ourselves, because we have the power to absolve ourselves of so much unnecessary suffering. Take a second to be in this very moment. In this moment, how much suffering is happening all over the planet right now? How many people are dying of illnesses that could have easily been cured, but aren't because of the selfishness and greediness of humanity? How many people break their backs and reject their own passions to simply afford bills and food? How many of us crave distraction from existence? How many of us numb that pain? How many
That last line really resonated with me.
people break their backs and reject their own passions to simply
Break their backs and reject their own passions. Man.
afford bills and food? How many of us crave distraction from existence? How many of us numb that pain in whatever way necessary? How many children are being abused? How many people sleep cold and hungry on the streets? How many of us become cogs inside a machine that is destroying itself? How many soldiers have been forced to fight in meaningless wars? How many humans have killed for ideals they don't believe in or understand? How many people have died for the greed of another man? And how much of this was avoidable? As written in the Bible, Satan was not condemned to hell. Satan was condemned to earth. He lives there amongst other creatures with free will, who always had the choice and still chose their own undoing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our self-made hell. The bittersweet irony is this is a creation of our own design. I'll leave you with this. Consider what you have done here today. You have worked together as individuals collaborating to form a giant neural network.
Yes, I forgot to mention the way like somebody won the $1,000 every day to solve these 7 days worth of riddles, but it took like hundreds of, if not thousands of people working together in different chats and like group documents to like gather clues and figure out the next steps to figure out more clues and like flip the binary code to put it in a like some other website like to find like a code producer. It was just crazy. So like all these people created like a hive mind to solve this. And I feel like for Ren, he's trying to show us that if we can do whatever we put our mind to, if we all work together, like we can do seemingly impossible, unfathomable tasks. We can solve virtually impossible riddles.
Together as individuals collaborating to form a giant neural network, a hive mind capable of achieving incredible things. We have lent on each other's strengths to solve puzzles and decipher riddles, and we've done so to win money. Imagine applying that same spirit and determination to creating the closest thing we have to paradise here on Earth. By using the power of collaboration, we can work together to even the playing field for everybody. Our dystopias can become utopias. Our Jahannams can become Jannah. Our hells can become heaven, right here on Earth. And this sentiment applies to atheists, agnostics, and believers alike. Myself, I'm an agnostic who believes. I believe in us. We must do better because we can choose to. We must be better simply because the option exists. Thank you.
What? That's it, dude? So wait. Wow. So oh man. Damn. We did all that for money. And even in the end, when those guys burnt the money, it's because they thought possibly more money was in the other briefcase. But I feel like deep down somewhere, they knew there was not going to be... Why would Ren put more money in another briefcase just to burn the first bit of money? Like, deep down, they knew that what was in that other briefcase was not valuable in terms of money. It was valuable in terms of something else. Something that Ren just described here. That we can pursue things for the good of it. For the sake of humanity, and that is something that can't be bought. That is something that's worth more than all the money in the world. Is the fate of humanity, man. Oh my god, dude. Holy shite. Bro, Ren is a philosopher, dude. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna live stream tomorrow. I think we're gonna check out Ren's stream. Ren like did a live stream on Twitch after this, before he released Money Game 3. I think on my stream tomorrow, we're gonna check out that live stream because I want to see what Ren's got to say. I want to kind of wrap up what happened with those guys who won the treasure, who bit the apple. They must have just not gotten anything, but They got something more valuable than the money. Wow. Just wow, dude. That was intense. That was epic, dude. Guys. Oh my god. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace out.